It is a cold night here in Cincinnati, but it's nice and warm here at Jerry Racky Gymnasium on the campus of St. Bernard-Elmwood Place High School. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Charlie Gaynor alongside Josh Baker. We're here for an exciting matchup here tonight between the Norwood Indians and the St. Bernard-Elmwood Place Titans. What can you tell us about this team, Josh?
Well, it's kind of an interesting game for both of these two. The last time they met went to double overtime. Norwood coming out barely by 2 points. Norwood actually leads the MVC this season in steals, but ranks dead last in three-point percentage, whereas where the Titans lack in offensive production, they sit at 13th. In the MVC, they rank very highly in every defensive category: rebounds, steals, and blocks per game. So this will be an exciting matchup to see what can be a prolific offense against what has been a pretty stout defense so far this season, Charlie.
Starting lineups heading up just now. Tip-off is moments away. For the starting lineups for the Titans, we have Witcher, Havanga, Keenan Darrenkamp, Lucas Kennedy, and Damier Grimes. And for the Indians, we have Darrell Hearn, L.J. Cave, Jalen Hill, Samir Bland, and Dillian Taylor. This looks like Damier Grimes and...
Well, just right now already, Charlie, we've got a fun matchup here. Grimes, the big man on the floor, jumping by himself.
Havanga collects a tip-off. We are underway here from Elmwood Place. And knocked into the backcourt, collected by Kennedy. And for three, it is off the mark. That is Havanga making the play. Here comes Samir Bland, the talented senior, driving away, and an offensive foul called right away. Samir Bland's called for the foul there. And that's a showcase of the aggression that this Norwood Indians team plays with.
I was just going to say, Charlie, we're going to see a lot more of that. They're sitting at half court right now. Don't be surprised if we see them take that trap up into the front court.
Havanga, Kennedy in the back court. Kennedy has it. Double teamed right now. And that pass deflected and taken away by Hill. Here is a Euro step. That's off the mark. Putback is good for the first points of the night. That goes to L.J. Cave.
And that's a steal there from Jalen Hill, who's second in the MVC in steals per game. He's averaging 3.7 behind his teammate Dillian Taylor, who's averaging 5.7 steals per game. That's a staggering number.
Yeah, we'll be sure to be seeing a lot of turnovers tonight and a lot of aggressive play on the defense. We'll see how that turns out in this game. Here is Havanga to bring it over the midcourt line. And again, the double team press. Cross to Cook, Kennedy. And a fight for it, and we're going the other way. That's a turnover off the hands of Darius Wilcher.
And this is a thing the Norwood team does. We've already seen a sub this early in the game, Justice Cook. That's how they're able to stay so aggressive all game. Keep rotating fresh bodies at this Titans team.
Jalen Hill brings it across. Nice pass back. Samir, and that is Darrell Hearn, who cannot finish it out. Here's a baseball pass, and connecting is Darius Wilcher, the leading scorer for the Titans. Jalen Hill across the midcourt line. Draws a press, breaks that press. Darrell Hearn back out to Cave. L.J. Cave with Wilcher working on him. Great defense there. That one tipped. Cave collects it. Jalen Hill, that pass goes out of bounds, and we're going the other way. Goes as a turnover.
Just nowhere to go there for Hill. He's looking there for Cook to cut inside, but Cook just stood steadfast down there on that baseline slot.
Samir Bland checks back in for the Norwood Indians. Here is Havanga and Kennedy again to bring it across. They go to Wilcher. Kennedy driving. Mid-range shot no good off the iron. Kennedy collects his own rebound. Back out. And that passes into the bleachers. Intended for Grimes down to the post.
Just going to say, Charlie, that's how this Titans team can stay in the game, being active on the offensive glass, but another quick turnover for them there.
Here is Darrell Hearn, shot no good. Rebound by Kennedy. That one tapped back out. Jalen Hill collects the steal. Here he comes on the drive, and a foul called will go to the line.
The first free throw attempts we're seeing here tonight come from the junior Jalen Hill. We got a replay for it there.
That foul goes on number 21, Lucas Kennedy. First foul of the night for the Titans.
We've talked about Hill's proficiency stealing the basketball, but he's also the leading passer for this Indians team. Averaging 4.5 assists per game. That's good for second in the Miami Valley Conference.
So we have movement along the lines. Jalen Hill makes his first. Here is the second. And it is no good. Rebounded by Darius Wilcher. He's moving quickly. He draws a double team. Aggressively surrounded. Here's Damier Grimes. And here's Havanga driving all the way to the cup and just off the mark. Rebounded, collected by Darrell Hill. Here's a Euro step and a beautiful move by Samir Bland. And that's what we could expect tonight from the talented senior. And here is Kennedy trying to get it across. That's picked off by Darrell Hearn. Gets it back and off the glass and in. That is Keenan Derenkamp for the Titans. Darrell Hearn gets it back out to Hill, back out to Cave. That one tipped around. Cave, ooh, takes a huge fall. And Damier Grimes being the good man to help him back up there. That was a nasty fall. And Darrell Hearn will go to the line. Second foul of the night for the Titans.
Looks like that one's on the big man, Lucas Kennedy, who they're going to have sit down right now. Have him take a breath as Kealte Girton will come in.
And we have a stoppage in play here.
Much to the chagrin of the coach for St. Bernard. He's freaking out on the bench over there. And is he going to get some technical free throws?
Yeah. Wow, early action here with just 3 minutes gone in this first quarter. We can already tell that this is a chippy game. And to the line goes LJ Cave.
See what the refs signal. And the argument continues. Norwood's coach a step too far forward, takes a comedic hop backwards.
Yeah. That's Mike Radke, coach of the Titans. And checking back in for the Titans is Dorian Harrison. Or rather, checking in for the first time tonight. And Damier Grimes will sit.
Gonna get the big man. So interesting, they take back what looked like would have been technical free throws. I'd love to know what the dilemma was there. Quick inbound.
A Cave shot no good, rebounded by Wilcher. And that one tipped away. Stolen and connecting is Jalen Hill. And there's that aggressive defense causing another steal.
And here they go past the half court.
And got a foul called, it looks like. Or the pass goes out of bounds.
It was a timeout by SBEP as the press started to get to their press break.
Yeah, Mike Radke wants to talk it over, talk about how to address this.
And scored just 7-4, which I'm sure Norwood's not happy about. They've got what feels like 10 steals. Obviously, that's exaggerating a little bit, but you can see as the confidence have grown, they've just started to bring it further and further forward. They started at that volleyball line on their defensive end, and now they're going past half court.
Yeah, looks like the defensive matchup we expected. Very disruptive defense by both teams, and a lot of missed opportunities right up close to the basket for Norwood early.
Same starting group out on the floor right now for the Indians.
And for the Titans, it is Tay Lewis Hallams who will give the inbound. That goes to Girton. Girton brings it across the midline, draws a double team, lost it, collects it, gets it out to Dorian Harrison. That shot no good. Harrison gets the rebound, drives inside, and a late foul called. And Brian Callahan coach for the Indians, very unhappy about that one. Looks like he felt that that was a clean block.
Seems like a tough call. Looked pretty clean to me, Charlie. That's going to be one on LJ Cave.
And Dorian Harrison will go to the line, try to make this a 1-point game. As that one is true. Free throws are going to be interesting tonight. Both teams shooting about 40% from the line so far this season.
Going into this attempt, Harrison shooting 49% of the season, knocks down both.
All right, 1-point game. Indians with the lead. It is LJ Cave. That goes out to Dillian Taylor. Taylor into Bland. Back out. Jalen Hill, that's a fight on the court. That's collected. Bland will try a three. That's off the mark. The rebound goes, and the bucket goes to Jalen Hill.
I really like what I'm seeing from Hill early on the boards in this first quarter.
He's really made an impact so far. Here's Lewis Hallams, back out to Gerke. Harrison. Oh, the Euro step. That one just off the mark. Rebound collected by LJ Cave, and they'll bring it back across quickly. Cave swarmed by Gurton. And this is Jalen Hill. Sitting nice at the midcourt. Draws two defenders in the range.
St. Bernard remaining in that 2-3.
And one. That's Samir Bland. He'll go to the line.
And that's just textbook how you beat a 2-3 defense. They feed it to the nail, and that drop-down pass inside to Samir Bland. We see it now, goes up through. And flex, young man, that's right, and one.
Tallest man on the court right now, and he's not afraid to show it. Bland, the and one free throw is no good. Trying to fight for the rebound. Bland collects it. It goes out to Jalen Hill. This is no good. Off the iron. That one tipped back out. Jalen Hill collects it. Here is LJ Cave. That one off the iron. Rebounds and making the bucket is Darrell Hearn. And a quick 7-point lead.
That's a possession the Titans just cannot give up. 3 straight offensive rebounds after the missed free throw.
Lewis Hallams. And that one good. It goes to Darius Wilcher. He's got 4 on the night. Here's Jalen Hill. LJ Cave brings it into Bland, back out to Hill. Hill thought about it. Jalen Hill at the top of the key. LJ Cave thinks about a three, goes back out to Hill. Dillian Taylor. Cave, and there's that press, keeping them right out of the paint, trying to block them from Samir Bland. Cross-court pass. LJ Cave will try a three, and bury it! A rare three from the Norwood Indians. They don't shoot a lot, they shoot the least amount, but that one goes through, and it's an 8-point game.
Cave averaging 24% from 3 on the season.
And Wilcher will get called for the foul. Let's take a look at this three from LJ Cave. It's only the 30th made three this year by the Norwood Indians. As Damier Grimes will check back in for the Titans.
So interesting in modern basketball that that's the case. They're averaging the 4th most points in the MVC, yet like you said, they are dead last in 3-point attempts, makes, and percentage.
All goes through the paint presence that Samir Bland can give them. Here is Gerke, and the pass goes to Wilcher. Darius Wilcher, that pass deflected, and a huge hit at midcourt. Here is LJ Cave, making it to the cup.
It's an aggressive play there.
Lewis Hallams, Norwood turning up the heat. That one knocked out of bounds by Samir Bland. Norwood really bringing the heat now.
In Norwood, you can just see there's some sort of intensity they're playing with. Like, if you look at the face Samir Bland made when he swatted that ball out of bounds, it's like he wasn't just trying to steal the ball, he's trying to destroy the Titans while he's doing it.
Evan Havenga and Lucas Kennedy check back in for the Titans. Here is Wilcher for a two. That one no good. Rebounded by Darrell Hearn. And a late foul called. And looks like we'll get an inbound. Inbound at midfield. Damier Grimes is going to get called for the foul. That's the 4th foul on the Titans so far in the first quarter. 1:20 left in the quarter. Jalen Hill defended by Havanga. LJ Cave draws 2, goes back out to Hill. Havanga trying to press. This is Dillian Taylor back out to Jalen Hill.
And they're having Evan Havanga run all around up there above the 3-point line. Do not want to get it into Hearn.
LJ Cave, they get it to Hearn, and that pass is going out of bounds, and LJ Cave cannot save it. We go the other way. Nice defense there by Evan Havanga to completely disrupt that play and cause the turnover. Havanga pressed. Kennedy will bring it across. He's got a lane. He wants it all. He goes to the cup and scores. 18-10. Titans try to stay in it as we enter the final 30 seconds of this first quarter. Here is Hearn. Shrouded by 3 defenders. That one blocked by Damier Grimes.
So the Titans need more of that from Grimes, who's streaking down the middle of the floor right now.
Kennedy draws a double in the backcourt. He is swarmed. Jalen Hill pokes it away. LJ Cave cannot finish it. Havanga the rebound. And a foul called. There's that disruptive play that we talked about. Jalen Hill and LJ Cave showing that Norwood's some of the best in stealing in the entire MVC.
Still just an 8-point lead here. They're going to let the ball roll.
Final 13.9 seconds here in the first quarter. Let's see if the Titans can set up a play. Havanga lobs it up. Damier Grimes in the paint. He cannot finish. Great defense by Samir Bland. And it will stay with the Titans with 7.1 left on the clock.
I love the play call. Just throw it to Grimes. We'll see if they go for that again here with 7 seconds.
Kennedy with the inbound. He gets it in. It's tipped out of bounds, and it will stay with the Titans. Dillian Taylor. Or, no, they're going to say it was off on the Titans, and Norwood will get the ball back, and they'll have a chance to make a play.
Interesting call there. I was wondering why Grimes was upset.
Let's take a look at that real quick. And that's a tough call. Jalen Hill brings it across. Final 4 seconds. Gets it into Bland. Bland draws the foul on Damier Grimes. And with 2.3 seconds, Samir Bland will go to the line to try to make this lead, to take this lead to 10.
That's great vision there from Jalen Hill. My eyes didn't even go down there to Bland. Thought he'd just dish out to that right wing, but some great vision to set up an opportunity to put 2 more points on the board before we go to the second quarter.
Samir Bland, a 49% free throw shooter. Cannot hit the first.
He's 0 for 2 now on the day.
And looks like the refs are directing cheerleaders out of the way. They've been active and loud so far in this one. Bland cannot hit the second. It goes to Havanga. He will heave it up. It is well short. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. 18-10 the score here. Norwood with the 8-point advantage. We'll take a quick break. Second quarter coming up soon on ICRC-TV. Welcome back to NBC Basketball on ICRC-TV. Second quarter action about to kick off here. Norwood holds an 8-point lead over St. Bernard-Elmwood Place, and they'll have the inbound to start this frame. And so far, we've seen the impact that the defense and steals have had for Norwood so far in this one.
We certainly have. The score does not quite indicate how lopsided that first half felt, and I'm sure there were some adjustments made in that quick break.
Great pass to Darrell Hearn, who gets the scoring started. And Mike Radke on the sideline not thrilled with this offensive breakdown there.
And it gets more and more aggressive the longer the game goes on.
And a timeout called for St. Bernard. Mike Radke not thrilled with that possession. He wants to talk it over.
He's in there saying, he's like, what did I just say? What were we just talking about?
So difficult to guard. And let's take a look at that last basket. It's so difficult to defend when you're flowing this well into the paint. Beautiful.
You saw Radke just kind of, he was talking to Havanga the second the timeout started. Whatever they're talking about, he did not rotate the way they had hoped coming out of the quarter break.
That was a great cut inside by Darrell Hearn. And if that's a sign of how this offense is going to go for the Norwood Indians, this is going to be an exciting night for them. Norwood entering this game 10-5. Their 10 wins is the best record since they joined the MVC back in 2017. Kennedy inside, driving to the basket, no good. Dillian Thomas the rebound. Or Dillian Taylor, excuse me. And a tie-up called. Jump ball, we go back in the way of the Titans.
Well, at the very least, Coach Radke got what he wanted. That was the look he's trying to get to beat that press all game.
And that was Robert Minton, who attempted that layup. He's checked into the game now. Havanga. And a foul called. And Dorian Harrison draws the foul. And that foul is going to go against Darrell Hearn. First foul of the second quarter.
0-on-0, man. Darrell Hearn didn't want to get beat by his number counterpart.
Havanga draws a double team in the backcourt. Tries to break the press. That one tipped and collected by Keenan Derenkamp. That goes out to Kennedy. Kennedy out and no good, short on the rebound, and unable to collect it is Minton.
Worth noting there on that play, Kennedy rose up to get that ball. He's actually averaging the most rebounds per game on the team with 7.7. It's good for 6th in the MVC.
And we have another timeout. And again, the refs having a terse discussion with Mike Radke. He is not thrilled with how the officiating has gone so far in this game.
That's the Norwood timeout, full timeout.
And a full timeout called by Norwood here. Brian Callahan, first-year coach for the Norwood Indians, looking to talk it over. And he's been the leader of this renaissance. Norwood haven't won more than 9 games over the 8-9 years that they've been in this conference. And all of a sudden, they're 10-5, second in the white division, and they're looking to make a run here as in pretty much uncharted territory for the last few years for this program.
And it's very possible. Of course, you'd love to see them tighten up their three-point shooting and things outside of their transition offense, but that set offense has not been really bad at all today as we see this Titans team come out in a press.
That one knocked away, and making the steal is Dorian Harrison. He takes it to the court. Havanga there, rejected, but a foul called on Samir Bland. An emphatic block. And just the energy that Samir Bland is bringing to this game so far is gripping. And a technical foul has been called. This one on Evan Havanga.
Interesting.
Looks like that we thought that there was a technical called in the first quarter on the bench.
They certainly announced this one, though. It's something.
Radke's about as unsure as we are about the call.
I mean, Samir Bland just erased that ball. Havanga was jumping up and down before to receive it. I wonder what he did in the aftermath.
Yeah. Ryan Callahan having discussions with the refs. So we look to clear this up. 6:55 left in the second. It's Darius Wilcher who leads the scoring for the Titans with 4. And LJ Cave currently leads the Indians scoring. He has 7 on the night. And Jalen Hill has 5.
Nothing if not entertaining up until this point. 2 kind of mysterious stoppages, I would say. I have no idea what that foul is going to be on Havanga. And if that's even going to stand, they'll have him take his shots off of his shooting foul. And I wonder if they would have the Tech free throws go after if they've just waved it off again.
Well, let's see. Evan Havanga, just a 31% free throw shooter, will shoot 2. And this one is short.
A low scoring, I guess it's only been a minute up into this point in this quarter, but only 1 basket made. It was that initial made by Samir Bland.
Second one is good. And we have a couple substitutions in here for the Titans. Havanga will sit. Into the game is Darius Wilcher and Tay Lewis Hallems.
So it appears the Tech was waved off again.
LJ Cave, that one taken away. Kennedy was there. That's now on the floor again. LJ Cave collects. Pressed hard by Minton. And a foul called on the floor. Darrell Hearn is down. And that doesn't look great.
Just took a bump diving for that ball. I wonder if his head hit or maybe he caught a knee when he was diving.
Grabbing his head. Great class there by Dorian Harrison to help him up there.
Good thing to see that 2 thumbs up from Hearn to signal that he's okay. He'll take a seat.
And into the game is Aiden Nolan. Taking in the rebound is Dillian Taylor from the baseline, or the sideline, excuse me. Here's Jalen Hill, guarded by Dorian Harrison. 6:40 to go in the second quarter. Indians lead by 9. Here's Taylor. Cuts inside, driving, and it's poked away. Taken away by Minton. And it's knocked back out to Kennedy. They'll reset. Jalen Hill with the press. Trying to grab yet another steal. Nice pass inside to Minton, who scores.
Minton says he's not going to miss that look again.
Nolan kicks it back out to Taylor. Still in the backcourt. That one goes to Jalen Hill. Surrounded by 3 players. That one picked off. Tay Lewis Hallems up ahead. And that one tipped away. Lewis Hallems collects. This one goes out to Minton. Kennedy comes in for the backcourt. He gets the ball. Wilcher to his right. Wilcher gets it. He'll try a 3 and bury it. Darius Wilcher up to 7 on the night.
Great sequence of event for Wilcher. Is going to keep going.
Dorian Harrison driving to the lane, and that one is stuck. And a jump ball is the call. It goes in the way of Norwood.
Man,
that is an unlucky break for St. Bernard.
Nowhere's time to see a wedgie, as we're going to zoom in here on Wilcher's first 3-pointer of the game. You heard the crowd go boom. We're up to a 4-point game.
Wilcher just a 27% free throw 3-point shooter. Here's LJ Cave trying to respond. He cannot. Tay Lewis Hallems trying to get the rebound, and it stays with the Indians.
This press is really doing wonders for the Titans. They seem just as competitive as the Indians did in the first half. And Norwood is not getting to their spots as easily as they would be hoping to at this point in the game. We got some shoving going on too.
And we risk yet another technical foul stoppage.
Ref tells Taylor to knock it off.
Here's Nolan, and a travel is called. We go the other way.
Did take a bit of a step into that one. And man, Charlie, with 5 minutes and 20 seconds to play in this half, this looks like this is going to be a fun game, just like the last time.
Difference in record, not making any impression on this game. They are both teams are playing incredibly hard. Tay Lewis Hallam's, and that one goes out of bounds, and another turnover.
And that's something Coach Radke, you can see him just getting frustrated all the time. It's small miscommunications that could very easily be a 4-point swing. They've got about 3 or 4 turnovers just passing the ball out of bounds.
That one knocked and out of bounds by Minton. Nice play there, but it will stay with Norwood.
Norwood keeps trying to outrun the press on the court side of the floor. It's just not working for them. St. Bernard's a bit too athletic and long for that to work.
We'll see how Norwood plays this with both Samir Bland and Darrell Hearn sitting. Their 2 tallest players and their 2 biggest presences in the paint. Jalen Hill brings it across midcourt. Aiden Nolan. That one deflected by Kennedy, and it goes the other way. Great defensive play there by Lucas Kennedy to draw the turnover. And 4:51 left. And Darrell Hearn looks to be okay. He's right back into the game. Aiden Nolan will take a seat. Here is Tay Lewis Hallams to bring it across midcourt. Harrison to his right. It goes to Wilcher. Wilcher has 7 on the night. He leads the team. Kennedy. Wilcher driving to the cup, and that one's off the iron. Rebound will go out of bounds, and it will stay with the Titans for the moment.
Norwood's come out in a 1-3-1 here to try and stop this offensive run by the Titans.
Again, the Titans on a 6-0 swing. They're trying to make it a run here with this possession. This one goes back out to Dorian Harrison. 4:30 to go in the first half. Kennedy to his left. Kennedy gets the ball. Thinks about it. Tay Lewis Hallams, nice fake inside. Floater is just short. And the rebound will go the other way. Jalen Hill, a factor, drawing the change of possession.
They say the Titans just stepped on the line.
Justice Cook inbounds to LJ Cave. Back out to Cave. Jalen Hill open on that side of the court. Justice Cook guarded by Harrison. Here is Dillian Taylor. Wide open is Justice Cook, and that'll break up the run. 22-16, back to a 6-point game.
Looks like that SBP defense just forgot about Cook as
Here's
he's right
a
there
steal.
again.
Justice Cook again. This one goes to Jalen Hill. Driving, and that's off the mark. Rebound and scoring is LJ Cave. And Mike Radke begging for a foul to go his way. Here is Tay Lewis Hallams. Inside, Wilcher, and a fight for it. He's double teamed, and it does not matter. Darius Wilcher calling him too small. Jalen Hill into Justice Cook. That one short. Rebounded by Minton. Here come the Titans again. Minton with a head full of steam, and that one knocked out of bounds and a foul called. And let's take a look at that last basket by Darius Wilcher.
Some strong hands there by Wilcher. He says too small. They tried to rip it out of his hands. He would not let them. Wilcher up to 9 points in the half.
And as Robert Minton awaits his 2 free throws.
They switch and say it was on the floor.
An interesting call there. And we have another sub. Dorian Harrison will take a seat. Kealty Girton comes in. And in comes Rico Boyd. And let's take a look at that foul again. And it looks like they're going to tag LJ Cave on the floor.
It's hard to call, say if he was in the shooting motion or not, but it's always a judgment call.
Quick basket there by the Titans. They cut it to 4 again. Under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Titans fighting, and a foul called on Girton. Just the second foul of the quarter by the Titans. And as Dillian Taylor comes in, set up on the sideline. Wide open is Darrell Hearn.
And I'd like to point some attention real quick to Darius Wilshire was jumping and barking to try to distract the inbound there. That's awesome.
It's a smart play there as Hearn loses it out of bounds. Goes back the way of the Titans, 2:45 to go. Girton, Kennedy to his left. Girton, Lewis Hallam's, and a travel. Yet another turnover in this game. It's been pretty turnover heavy so far. Let's take a look at it again. And that's a pretty bang call by the refs there. They've been calling a lot of travels tonight really tightly. Dillian Taylor at the top of the key. Try to drive inside on Girton. Here is Darrell Hearn, back out to Taylor. Taylor cuts inside, Jalen Hill. It goes to Hearn. Hearn fighting, fadeaway shot is good. Darrell Hearn up to 6 tonight. Here's Lewis Hallam's back out to Girton. Lewis Hallam's again, guarded by LJ Cave. Kennedy in traffic. Jalen Hill falls to the ground. Girton collects it. This one back out to Wilcher. Quarter 3, just off the mark. Rebounded by Jalen Hill. Docked away. Taken by Darius Wilcher. And a backcourt violation is the call. That's a tough break for Darius Wilcher. We go back in the way of Norwood.
Great athletic play there by Wilcher to get his hand on the ball, but just moving too fast to stop his momentum before he gets his foot on that half-court line.
Here's Dillian Thomas. Crowd wanting a travel there. LJ Cave cuts it back, drives inside, loses it, and they do get the travel call that they want. 1:37 left to play. Titans will get the ball back down 6. And that's pretty textbook from what we can see here. Just losing the ball there, trying to fight through double coverage.
If you would notice, after they gave up those baskets, Norwood has fallen back into their 2-3.
Here is Lewis Hallam's. Girton. Lewis Hallam's again, wide open for 3. Off the iron, rebounded by Dillian Taylor. Jalen Hill over the midcourt line as we approach the final minute of this first half. Really close game and really exciting game here to start this night out. Aiden Nolan into the game for the Indians. He cuts it out to Jalen Hill, guarded by Lewis Hallam's. So we approach 50 seconds. Hill cuts it back, tries to drive inside again, and a foul called on the floor.
It's the first foul on Tay Lewis Hallam's tonight. We're going to get our first look at Nick Jeffries here with 47 seconds to play in the half.
And Jalen Hill sets up the inbound. Aiden Nolan back out to Dillian Taylor. Taylor with 42 seconds left in the half. Jalen Hill guarded by Wilcher. Who has a screen, backs out to midcourt. 2 defenders facing him. Nick Jeffries and Kealte Girton. Under 30 seconds now. Nice pass inside. Dillian Taylor can't finish. He gets the rebound, tries to get it back outside, tries to finish, cannot get the bucket to go, but he draws the foul. He'll go to the line with 20.8 seconds left.
And Taylor made a double move there, which made his first shot get blocked. Good job to recover. We'll see his recovery there. Throw it up. And they're going to say Darius Wilcher got him on that second attempt.
Taylor's first shot is good. 65% from the line makes it a 7-point game in the final 20 seconds of this first half. Second one, no good. Wilcher the rebound. Here's Girton. Cross midcourt. And a 3-point shot, no good. Fighting for the rebound, collecting it, Aiden Nolan. One-on-one, driving to the basket, and scoring! What a play by Aiden Nolan in the final seconds. Final half-court heave, no good. And what an end to the first half for the Norwood Indians as we go into the break with a 9-point lead. That's it for the first half action here at St. Bernard-Elmwood Place. We'll go to a break. We'll be right back with second half action soon on ICRC-TV.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. My service never stops.
Welcome into the studio with ICRC-TV. My name is Charlie Gaynor. We're glad to have you here. Let's go over some big stories going on across the state and the network coming up this week. Let's kick things off with the Eastern Cincinnati Conference. Winton Woods is off to a perfect start in their quest for a three-peat championship in the conference. They're off to an 11-0 start with their first 10 conference games going their way. Isaiah Mack Russell leads the conference with 23.5 points per game, well above any of his competitors. And behind them is Milford. The Eagles are 11-4 with an 8-2 start in conference play. Avery Pence doing a bunch of the heavy lifting there with 17 points and 7 rebounds per game. Over in girls basketball, the race is heating up in the new year. Milford is off to a 15-1 start, and they've just won their 12th consecutive game. Kylie Perrone doing a bunch of the work there with 17 points and 9 rebounds per game, both 5th and 2nd in the conference respectively. Winton Woods was able to avoid the upset to improve to 10-1 in conference play. Walnut Hills was able to take them to overtime, but it was the Warriors who pulled away with the victory 53-50. They're now tied with Milford for the top of the conference table. Up behind them, with a game in hand, is the West Claremont Wolves, who sit at 9-1. Bella Swisshelm leads the conference in scoring this year with 20.4 points per game. She is one of 2 players in the conference this year to average over 20 points per game this season. Let's head on over to the Greater Miami Conference. Lakota West and Princeton, 2 of the top teams in the state, continue their dogfight for the boys' basketball title. Joshua Tyson, who's averaging 17 points per game on 60% shooting, has led the Firebirds to a 9-0 start in conference play. The Vikings stand a game behind, but are riding an 11-game winning streak thanks to Amir Gill's conference-leading 18.8 points per game. It's a 3-way race for the girls' basketball title in the Greater Miami Conference. Princeton, Mason, and Lakota West both vying for that top spot. Lakota West currently has the lead as their stifling defense has allowed under 23 points per game in conference play this year. They're currently undefeated at 9-0. Sitting right behind them at 8-1 are both Princeton and Mason, both splitting the season series against each other. Aaron Thomas and Anna Habra both round out the top 2 in scoring in points per game this year. Aaron Thomas for Princeton has 19.3 and Anna Habra has 18.9. Habra scored 30 in the contest against Princeton earlier this month. Wyoming continues their dominance in the Cincinnati Hills League this year in boys basketball. They've gotten off to a 13-0 start with an 8-0 start in conference play. They've now won 24 consecutive conference games dating back to February of 2024. Kellen Wiley leads the way for the Cowboys with 17.5 points per game. Right behind them sit Indian Hill and Marymount, who both have a 5-3 record in conference play this year. In girls basketball, it's Madeira off to the hot start. They've won their first 10 in the conference and lead by 2 games. Right behind them sits Indian Hill at 8-2. Annie Rosefeld leads the way with 15.3 points per game, 3rd in the conference. And Miller Spreen continues her excellent run of form for the Warriors. She's now scoring 19.1 points per game for Marymount, which is the most in the conference by over 3 points. Let's talk about what else is going on at ICRC. Firstly, if you want to find any government meetings that we stream, you can look at our website, ICRC-TV.com, or on the official ICRC YouTube channel. A new episode of the Human Resource Podcast with Pandy Pridemore will talk about grievance policies and how they affect you. This episode will be up next week. Currently streaming, a Lunch and Learn at the Harmon Museum discusses the life of Ormsby McKnight Mitchell, an astronomer who helped influence the Cincinnati Observatory Center. Superintendent Isaac Sievers is joined by Athletic Director Keith Pantling and men's varsity wrestling coach Nick Hansley in the newest installment of Onward Lebanon, where they discuss the importance of sports in shaping young people's minds and the newest renovations for the athletics department. And finally, Springdale Mayor Lawrence C. Hawkins III visits the Hamilton County emergency communications departments to learn more about how they can spread regional assets to help better respond to emergencies. All that and more can be found streaming on ICRC-TV. That's all from us here at the studio. My name is Charlie Gaynor with your halftime report. Second half action coming up right now on ICRC-TV.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Love is a lesson that doesn't end. It knows no conditions, so you better buckle in. Love keeps you on your toes. It never stops, only grows. Love isn't easy. It's a commitment, especially when they're being their most resistant. Love is being prepared for the journey ahead. Love doesn't let any concerns go unsaid. Love is finding the right seat so you can take a breath. But remember, love isn't lax. It always double checks. Check that your kids are in the right seat at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Love protects.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills out.
Welcome back to St. Bernard-Elmwood Place High School. We have a good one here tonight. As we take a look at tonight's standings. Norwood entering this game 10-5 with a 4-2 record. They're second in the white division, and St. Bernard-Elmwood Place looking for their second win in the conference. They have just a 4-11 record, but I gotta say, the Titans are definitely not playing like their record would say they would be.
No, not at all. They're really fighting in this game despite all the turnovers necessary, or forced or unforced. They're really fighting through this game, and we saw North College Hill there undefeated in conference play. We'll see if Norwood can run them down by the end of the season. And
a quick turnover there. Samir Bland, who did not play in the second quarter, he's back into the game, gets the ball back, driving on Damier Grimes. Darrell Hearn, wide open is Dillian Taylor. He can't finish. Rebounded by Lucas Kennedy. And again, just a 9-point deficit between these teams. Norwood looking to try and put something together. This one tipped back Kennedy out to Havanga. Kennedy resets, drives in on Jalen Hill. Wide open for three and short. And the rebound there by Damier Grimes. Hook shot no good. Grimes again can't finish the rebound this time. Here comes Darrell Hearn driving on Havanga. Drives and scores. And Norwood into double digits for the first time in this second half.
Great game from Darrell Hearn today, the senior. He's really showing his athleticism off up to this point.
Keenan Darrenkamp back out to Havanga. He'll try a three. That one's off the mark. Dillian Taylor, the rebound. Here he comes. They're going quick. Dillian Taylor. That one may have been blocked by Kennedy. And the rebound ripped away by Darius Wilcher. Here he comes. Driving on Hearn. Jalen Hill breaks up the play, knocks it out of bounds.
Really fast-paced offense going up to this point in this half. Great hand by Jalen Hill to save a bucket potentially.
Kennedy will inbound. Keenan Darrenkamp cuts inside. This one goes out to Darius Wilcher. He leads the Titans in scoring with 9 tonight. He'll try a three now. That one's off the iron. Great rebound by Kennedy. Back out to Wilcher, who can't corral the pass. Here comes LJ Cave, driving on Havanga and scoring. What a tough bucket.
Oh my God, LJ Cave. Up and around and in.
Cave up to 11. He leads the Indians tonight. Havanga, that one knocked into the backcourt. They say no backcourt violation. Darrenkamp inside to Wilcher. He drives, and that one rimmed out. Damier Grimes ripped away. Dillian Taylor driving all alone. Knocked away, but a foul called on Lucas Kennedy. And Dillian Taylor will go to the line. Let's take a look at this last Norwood basket real quick. LJ Cave, man.
It's amazing. The body control in the air to lean away from contact, go up and through, and Kennedy swings, leads the team in blocks per game. He's third in the MVC with 1.3.
Dillian Taylor makes the first. And Damier Grimes will take a seat. Into the game now is Nick Jeffries.
Jeffries we didn't see a lot of in the first half, came in for the first time with 40 seconds to play.
Taylor's 2 for 2. And Norwood has opened this game up. It's a 15-point lead. They've scored the first 6 of the second half. Here's Kennedy. Havanga thinks about a three, now guarded by Cave. Draws the double. Inside to Jeffries. Jeffries swarmed, loses it, gets it back, and a timeout called by Mike Radke, and this is a full timeout here.
I like what Norwood's doing defensively here to start. They show a 2-1-2, which brings your middle guy essentially just up to the nail when your top two guys are up really far. But when the ball progresses down to the wing, your nail guy falls into the middle. So you kind of have a hybrid 2-3. I'm sure that's what Radke's talking about right now. It's a bit of a tough thing to try to figure out what to do with your offense.
LJ Cave leads all scoring tonight. He's got 11. And Jalen Hill who's been everywhere tonight. He's got 5. He's got a couple steals and forced turnovers as well. Darrell Hearn second for the Indians with 8. And Darius Wilcher leads all scoring for the Titans with 9.
And outside of basketball, Charlie, one thing I love about these games is a good cheer-off. And I would say the Titans cheerleaders are kind of bringing it to the Indians cheerleaders right now.
Yeah, we saw them in the JV game about an hour ago, and they're really bringing the energy here. Got to give them a bit of credit for the fight that this Titans team has had tonight. Kennedy inbounds to Havanga. He'll bring it across the midcourt line. Kennedy inside. Wilcher cannot finish. Gets his own rebound, and no foul called. Samir Bland with the rebound. He's hit his hair on fire, drives, and one!
They called a charge.
Oh no, they call a charge. And we'll have to take another look at that. And as Evan Havanga, I'm not sure about that. That was perhaps a makeup call for the no call on Darius Wilcher in the paint.
Interesting there on that replay. We didn't quite see it. It looked like he was all the way through, maybe shoved off to get open.
Yeah. Here's Havanga. Nick Jeffries. Back to Havanga. He thinks about a 3, doesn't take it. Wilcher will, and bury it. Darius Wilcher up to 12. Jalen Hill. Justice Cook responds right away.
Justice Cook seems to just be in the right spot at all times. Every time you look up, he's standing under the basket.
Here's Jeffries. He'll try a 3. That one's short. Justice Cook fighting for it. Kennedy gets it. This one deflected on the ground. Jalen Hill gets the steal. Here comes Jalen Hill. He'll drive. Ejected. And a blocking foul called on Havanga.
Havanga swats that out of the air. Looks like it was going to be Darren Camp that actually got in the way to allow Havanga to knock that ball out of the sky.
Jalen Hill to the line for 2. Doesn't shoot a lot of free throws. And that one well short.
Cheerleaders saying he doesn't want the smoke.
Just an 18% free throw shooter, Jalen Hill. And again, Titans bringing it. Titans cheerleading squad bringing it. As Jalen Hill, that one's off the iron. He gets the rebound though. Guarded by Jeffries. Jalen Hill in the corner. Trying to cut inside. He gets room. Justice Cook got the roll.
Great job by Hill to kind of put his defender in jail behind him and find Justice Cook once again just open down there on the block.
Justice Cook up to 6 points tonight. Darren Camp kicks it out to Jeffries. He's swarmed. Keenan Darren Camp gets the layup to go. Back to 14. Here's a baseball pass for Dillian Taylor. Justice Cook again, and he's fouled. It's like you said, he's everywhere, and he seems to be in every right place, right where the Indians need him to be.
We can see it here. They called it on Wilcher. He goes behind him. Yeah, a bit of the body to the back. All contact with, all ball with his hands, but a bit of body there before it happened.
It looks like Kennedy and LJ Cave having a bit of a conversation. As Justice Cook, first of 2. This one off the iron.
I will say, once again, for the cheerleaders, I'll stop bringing them up. That's also what I chant at my TV when my favorite football team is playing and the other kicker is going. I also chant, miss it, miss it.
Don't we all? Second free throw from Justice Cook. And this one drops. 40-25, 15-point advantage for the Indians.
Cook 4 for 6 now from the line.
4 minutes left in this third quarter. Kennedy driving on Jalen Hill. Here's Wilcher. Here's Gerke. And that one knocked away, forced to retreat. Gurton out to Jeffries. Jeffries, that one, baseball pass, and a huge hit on Darrell Hearn. And Wilcher gets the foul. And
he's going to start having to be careful here in a second. He's got 3.
This could be trouble. Darius Wilcher, the leading scorer on the season and tonight for the Titans. And he's going to take a seat. It's a big swing in the favor of the Indians so far.
My apologies, that's his 4th.
It's his 4th foul. Dorian Harrison now checks in. And now the Titans are in a real tough spot now. Baseball pass. LJK trying to get it, and he cannot.
Even if he did get it, none of the other Indians believed he would, so they just kind of all stopped running if he threw it behind his head.
Here is Kealty Gurton. Kennedy to his left. Harrison. Gurton again. He'll try a 3 now. Oh, he hits it! How about that? Kealty Gurton.
Stepped into that with such confidence.
LJ Cave now, guarded by Nick Jeffries, and a foul called. And Titans are starting to rack up the fouls now. And LJ Cave will go to the line. They're in the bonus now.
Cave now at the line. Despite his 11 points, this is the first free throw attempts tonight.
This one's short.
Cave a 70% free throw shooter, but if you were curious about his 3-point percentage, it's 23.8%.
Cave leads the team in free throw percentage. 3:16 left in the third. LJ Cave's second free throw is good. 41-28. Titans need to get something going, and they need to get something going now. Here's Kennedy. Wide open. Tay Lewis Hallam's still having it. Jalen Hill swarms him. Lucas Kennedy double teamed all the way back in the midcourt, and that one is going the other way. Excellent defense in the paint by Darrell Hearn to force the turnover.
See some frustration from Minton there. He was all alone for about 4 seconds before Kennedy realized.
And a timeout by St. Bernard. They now have only 1 remaining in the game with 2 minutes to go.
And he's frustrated. I wish we had the numbers on exact turnovers for the game, because not that Norwood has not been adding to those numbers, but I mean St. Bernard, it hasn't been as bad this half, but if you count up the entire game, wow.
Just a lot of missed opportunities, especially in this second half for St. Bernard, and Norwood's taken full advantage.
If you think we came into this quarter just a 9-point lead, it's ballooned up to 13.
And Mike Radke emphatic, as opposed to the calm Brian Callahan.
These are 2 coaches with very different demeanors and style. You're right, Callahan has been very cool, calm, and collected for the majority of this game.
That could be where the impact on his program, even in year 1, stems from. For the inbound is Jalen Hill. They give it to Dillian Taylor. And they got Justice Cook wide open. And now he sees him. Kicked out. Darrell Hearn fakes. Drives. Midi. Well off. LJ Cave the rebound. Here's Jalen Hill. He'll try a 3. And hit it! Jalen Hill. And the largest lead of the night for the Norwood Indians. Lewis Hallam's tries to respond. He can't. Minton the offensive board. Kennedy for 3. This one short. Dorian Harrison. And it will stay. It will stay on this side of the court. Let's take a look at this last play. A rare 3 from Jalen Hill.
Wide open and lets the Titans hear about it.
And Lucas Kennedy draws the foul. And that one will go against Darrell Hearn.
Would be Hearn's second now as well.
Second foul of the quarter for the Indians. Lucas Kennedy misses the first, 44% free throw shooter.
The first we're seeing of him at the stripe tonight. Not a ton of free throws attempted by this Titans team either.
Yeah. Girton, Lewis Hallam's in the backcourt as Kennedy misses them both. Dillian Taylor, and Kennedy collects the steal. He'll drive the Euro and one! Big time bucket for Lucas Kennedy. And that'll make up for the 2 missed shots at the charity stripe.
Talk about how they haven't been to the line that much. Kennedy says no can do.
And that's number 4 on Jalen Hill. He'll take a seat as Kennedy finishes the 3-point play. Crowd starting to get into it now. 44-31. LJ Cave double teamed. Tay Lewis Hallams and a travel. Here come the Titans. Another turnover forced. And let's see if they can cash in on some of this momentum they've been fighting.
They're calling travel, not jump. Wow.
Let's see if they can get something going. And a foul on Darrell Hearn away from the ball. That's his third, and that's the fourth.
They're going to have Samir Bland come get him after that.
And this is a big moment for the Titans. 2 quick fouls, a 3-point play, and let's see if they can cash it in, maybe get something going to head into the final 8 minutes. 2 minutes to go in the third. Minton loses it, gets it back. Here is Kealte Girton. That's an air ball. Justice Cook the rebound. Here comes Dillian Taylor. Fighting hard, and an offensive foul. Another mistake by Norwood. This has not been a good last 2 minutes for them.
I mean, that's kind of the definition of what an offensive foul is. You just kind of errantly sprint into somebody. Dillian Taylor, I think, was just hoping that maybe they'd get out of the way.
Titans now in the bonus. Any foul now will send them to the free throw line. Girton out to Lewis Hallams. Kennedy open. Cuts inside. Minton fouled, and he'll go to the line. And this is exactly what the Titans have been wanting. In the last 30 seconds, they've drawn 3 fouls, and now they'll have a chance to cut into this lead as we head to the final frame.
That one on Dillian Taylor, his second.
Minton. Oh, in and out on the first. Just 37% from the free throw line. It's a big moment for him.
Robert Minton given just 2 points today.
And again in and out. Kennedy fighting for it, and it will stay with the Titans.
Off the hands of Dillian Taylor.
St. Bernard fighting tooth and nail to give their team every chance that they can get. Keep the ball out of this Norwood offense. Harrison with the inbound. He's got to get it in. He does. Lucas Kennedy has the ball. Driving. Fighting to get the layup. No good. Ball's on the ground. LJ Cave almost had it. Now Kennedy does. It's on the floor. Tay Lewis Hallam scoops it up. He gets it out to Girton. What a play there. Minton loses it, and Dillian Taylor gets the steal and is fouled.
And that's a play, actually, you can see the cost of Coach Radke having to expend his timeouts early. Normally, on a situation like that, you secure the ball on the ground, you can call a timeout, live to fight another day, but with just 1 timeout left to burn, that's just something he's not in the position to do.
And Dillian Taylor, 65% from the line. He'll shoot 2, or shoot the 1 and 1. And his first one no good. Second one coming up now.
Taylor 0 for 3 now in the quarter.
Second one, also no good. He's 0 for 4 from the free throw line in this quarter. Kennedy in the final minute 10. Lucas Kennedy. Oh, that one bounces out. LJ Cave gets the rebound. Pitches it in. Samir Bland can't finish. Hyalte Girton gets the board there. Lucas Kennedy for 3. Rims it out. Back and forth we go. Aiden Nolan with the ball. Gets it to LJ Cave. 53 seconds left in the third. Kennedy guarding Cave tightly. Dillian Taylor in the corner gets it into Bland. Fighting on Harrison. Samir Bland can't finish. Here comes Dorian Harrison. 40 seconds. Harrison kicks it back out, and that goes off the hands of Girton. Samir Bland has it. Here he comes. Offensive foul!
The Titans are doing an amazing job of setting their feet, taking it in the chest, and getting the ball back.
And Samir Bland will go to the bench. He is done for the night.
And wow, Charlie, could you imagine if Lucas Kennedy's 3 did not rim out, how this place would have erupted?
Wow. Jeremiah Forey now in the game. Final 30 seconds of the third quarter. This place waiting for an explosive moment here. Kennedy, open 3 again! Oh, off the glass, no good. Harrison the rebound. 18 seconds. Kennedy into the paint, drives. That one short. Fighting for the rebound and collecting it is Darrell Hearn. 10 seconds left. Hearn to the cup and draws the foul. And it looks like it will go against Robert Minton. That's his second of the game.
Going to give Hearn now a chance to put 2 on. There is an awful lot of energy in this gym for it still being a 13-point deficit.
Hearn misses. So many points left on the cutting room floor from these missed free throws for Norwood.
8 missed free throws this quarter for Norwood.
We'll see if that comes back to haunt them in the fourth. Hearn misses again. LJ Cave gets the offensive board. He falls. Kennedy gets it. And it goes out of bounds. And Norwood will get the final shot of the third with 3.9 to go.
It's just rough. They are up 13, but as a coach, you just hate to see 3 for 9 from the line. Or 3 for 12 from the line in a quarter.
Nolan with the inbound. Gets it in. Hearn blocked. Harrison. Girton can't get the last shot off. And that's how the third quarter comes to an end. And this 13-point deficit does not tell the story of how this game could go. This place has energy flowing, and we'll see it all come to a head in the fourth quarter when we come back on ICRC-TV.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is, my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. My service never stops.
Fourth quarter action coming up. We want to give a quick shout out to ICRC-TV. We need you to do all of these jobs for camera tonight and the people behind the mic. If you're interested in broadcasting, ICRC is taking volunteers in high school sports, local concerts, and community events and more. And for more information, contact Dean at ICRC-TV.com or visit ICRC-TV.com for more details or scan the QR code. We'd love to have you join the team. A lot of fun here tonight. Charlie Gaynor joined alongside Josh Baker. This has been a fun one as we head to the final 8 minutes.
It sure has, and I'd just like to extend a quick shout out to our cameraman Seth, who is the friendly face that was just waving at you.
We love Seth. Here's Justice Cook. Aiden Nolan loses his defender. Here's a 3-point shot. That one's off the glass. And collecting the rebound is Jeremiah Forey. Emphatic block. Lucas Kennedy turning up the heat and getting this crowd on their feet in the first 15 seconds of the final quarter.
Just such high energy plays coming from the Titans, down 13. We'll see if they can make this comeback with 7:45 to play.
Nolan will inbound. Justice Cook open for three. He'll try it. That one's no good. And the rebound secured by Darius Wilcher. Baseball pass. Here's Havanga. Kennedy thinks about a three. He draws the double. Dorian Harrison, he's open. That one's no good. Kennedy, the rebound, puts it up, no good. Put back, that's also no good. Kennedy still has the ball. And we got a foul called. And a huge break for the Titans. Just missed shot after missed shot. And missed opportunity after missed opportunity to cut into this lead.
It's Justice Cook's first foul of the day. Battling there with Kennedy.
Wilcher, top of the key. Kennedy, driving, fighting, can't get it. LJ Cave the rebound. Cave on Wilcher. That one's too strong. And Jair Baston gets the rebound there. Kennedy. Havanga for three. Oh, it bounces off the iron twice. What a rebound by Dorian Harrison. He'll drive and one. They won't go away.
This crowd really making me believe. Way to fake, get your defender up in the air and go up and through. He's talking to him on the line as well. Probably shouldn't have.
Harrison, Kennedy the rebound. He can't finish. Fighting, Harrison again. Yes! And it's a 9-point game. LJ Cave. Dillian Taylor can't get the floater to go. And we go the other way. And you can feel the energy in this place starting to heat up. Norwood with their backs against the wall as they try to protect this. This lead. That was at 1 point 15, and just a few minutes ago 13. Now down to 9.
And Norwood's going to exchange ball handlers here. Cave sits down for Jalen Hill.
Jalen Hill with 4 fouls. That's a big thing to keep track of. Kennedy, Harrison. Havanga for three, no good, and the rebound goes out, and stealing it is Evan Havanga. He'll drive the Euro, yes! Here they come, Havanga the steal, he scores! It's a 5-point game, another steal! Dorian Harrison, and stolen away. Dillian Taylor puts a merciful end to that. Seconds, they need to score here, and a charge!
And that's just something. If you're Dillian Taylor, everyone saw that charge coming from a mile away. You just have to slow down.
They're on their feet here at St. Bernard. Let's take a look at that steal. That was an electric moment.
Great ball awareness by Havanga to maneuver around Terrell Hearn. 5-point game.
Havanga. He's turned this game around. Jair Baston draws the double. Darius Wilcher. Havanga. And that's tapped out of bounds. It will stay on this side.
And Norwood's not giving up their fight yet either.
This is an 8-0 run by the Titans. Havanga. Harrison guarded closely by LJ Cave. Here's Kennedy driving in, gets through the coverage and draws the foul. He'll go to the line. And now a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And that's on Aiden Nolan. And we can see Kennedy come here, hop step up through, fouled from behind by Nolan. And while he only has 7 points, his impact has been felt in his rebounding and playmaking this half. Also drawing those three charges. Excuse me.
Kennedy to make it a 4-point game. He cannot. Man, this is the This is the consequences we talked about of Samir Bland and Darrell Hearn having to sit in foul trouble. Samir Bland fouled out of the game. Darrell Hearn has 3. We'll see if Callahan will put him back in. As Kennedy misses them both, again he gets the board, and again he scores! It's a one-possession game, can you believe it? Jalen Hill gets the double. Nolan across the baseline, it's stolen! Dorian Harrison, it's a one-point game!
This gymnasium could explode right now.
Baston swarms Hill in the backcourt. Timeout, Norwood. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're in for a photo finish. What a comeback by the Titans. Down 13 just a few minutes ago. They've cut it to 1. This is a 12-0 run.
Charlie, I simply cannot believe it.
We got to take a look at these last 2 baskets. Look at this. Kennedy gets his own board, and what a drive there. And there's Dorian Harrison, who he has put in all of the work in the last few minutes or so, heading out of the 3rd and into the 4th.
And Kennedy just so good at finding space for himself to wiggle through. There should be nowhere for him to go in that lane, and somehow he finds himself plopped right 4 feet in front of the basket every possession. And if you just look at that Norwood team, they seem a bit disgruntled out of it. We don't have that same energy they had earlier. That's what's going to need to change if they want to hold this lead.
Listen to this crowd. They believe that the Titans can pull this one off.
St. Bernard enters this game on a 4-game skid, looking to not make it 5.
Guarded by Havanga's Jalen Hill. He's got 4 fouls. Havanga tries to poke it away. Jalen Hill keeps it. Drives into the paint. They need to score here. Aiden Nolan into the corner. LJ Cave has it. Back out to Hill. Hill. Harrison dunks it away. He's got it. It's knocked out of bounds. And what's the call? And it will stay with Norwood.
And I'd just like to see Norwood has kind of slowed down what their set offense looks like. They're not really attacking the basket like they were early in the game. They're settling to just dribble and hand off, maybe do a few dribble moves then pass. That's not how they're going to hold on to this lead, not how this Titans team is playing.
It's not just the cheer team bringing the energy now. Aiden Nolan swarmed, but a foul is called, and the crowd can't believe it. It goes against Jair Baston.
We got him here wrestling for it, fighting. Jair does kind of get inside the arm to get that ball.
That's the first foul of the 4th quarter for the Titans. Nolan swarmed by Kennedy. Aiden Nolan needs help, can't find anybody. He's double teamed. He's on the floor. Kennedy's got it. Lucas Kennedy inside. Wiltshire! They've done it! The Titans lead for the first time today. Justice Cook, Jalen Hill is fouled.
The Indians just look so overwhelmed every time the trap comes to them. Despite that's what their defense is, they're not used to that happening back to them.
Kennedy out to Wiltshire. What a moment. This is a 14-0 run by the Titans. Jalen Hill gets the screen, drives inside, and can't finish. LJ Cave, that one knocked away. Jalen Hill can't get it. Here comes Dorian Harrison. And he's fouled.
That's going to be on the floor.
That's going to be on the floor. But that will put the Titans in the bonus with 3:53 to go.
We're going to see Hearn and Foray come back in here.
Hearn is in foul trouble. Keep that in mind. And you have to wonder why Brian Callahan waited so long.
3:53 to play. Already a 1-point lead. What can Dorian Harrison add to it? 6 points already this quarter.
First one is good. Big free throw shot from Dorian Harrison.
Harrison, a sub 50% shooter on the season, is 3 for 3 today.
It's this to make it a 3-point game. Got it! 47-44, the largest lead of the night for the Titans. And LJ Cave nearly lost it. He draws the double. Here comes Darrell Hearn. 4E lost the ball. Wilcher's got it again. Another careless turnover by the Norwood Indians. Here comes Kennedy. Out to Havanga. Havanga loses it. He's on the floor. That's poked away. 4E tries to get it, and he does. Here comes Justice Cook with his hair on fire. Try to get it in. And a foul is called. He'll go to the line.
Huge free throws for Justice Cook. Foul on Kennedy.
And that's 4 for Lucas Kennedy. He's now in foul trouble.
And so that's dangerous now for St. Bernard.
He's been the lightning rod of this comeback this entire third and fourth quarter. Justice Cook to cut into this lead and try to break up this run. No!
Justice Cook enters this game averaging 5. He has 6.
This crowd is loud. Cook's second free throw. Got it. The first points of the fourth quarter for Norwood. Timeout, Brian Callahan. Man, oh man, what a game.
2 timeouts left for Norwood. 1 for St. Bernard-Elmwood Place. 2-point lead. Woo!
I mean, we talked about this. We really thought that they had it. This crowd was bringing the energy, even though the deficit was 13. And the Titans have finally cashed it in.
Right. That's what we said during the break. We were like, the crowd's making me believe. I mean, it's still 13. And there was it was errors on both sides at the end of the third quarter. And Norwood had started so hot in the third. And through everything we've seen in the fourth, it has been exclusively St. Bernard.
3:24 to go. In regulation, this game is far from over. What other twists in this tale of a game are left for us? Jair Baston will inbound. Lucas Kennedy stays in the game with his 4 fouls.
Here Norwood brings back their press. I was going to comment on that earlier. They've lost the aggression on the press due to the fear of giving up a long basket.
Wilcher. Baston gets through the pressure. Here's Baston again. Kennedy guarded by Justice Cook. Cuts inside. Lucas Kennedy lost it and throws it, but he stepped out of bounds before it could deflect off a Norwood player, and we go the other way.
It's good to see Kennedy's keeping his aggression up despite his 4 fouls. We'll see if that stays on the defensive end.
Jeremiah 4E gets it to Darrell Hearn. 3 minutes to go. Ball's loose. Jair Baston's got it. He gets it to Havanga. Here come the Titans again. Havanga swarmed, and it's knocked away and taken away by 4E, who is fouled. And if that's on Wilcher, the Titans could be in trouble.
It's going to be Havanga's second.
That's 4 in the quarter for the Titans. 1 more and Norwood will be in the bonus.
And with high school rules now, 5 is just double bonus. That's not where you want to be.
And with the way both teams have been shooting from the free throw line, it's anyone's guess. And if that will help, as LJ Cave can't corral the drive, he gets it back. He's in the corner, guarded by Havanga. Tries to cut inside, can't get it. LJ Cave knocks it away. Diving for it, and collecting it is Harrison. And the Titans call timeout. Lucas Kennedy fearing no man whatsoever, diving for that ball, despite the fact that he's got 4 fouls. And that's the final timeout for the Titans. We'll see if that plays a factor.
A game as close as this, you'd assume it could, as chippy as it's been. But we'll see. Wow, 2 timeouts left for Norwood. Just been a great overall game up to this point. Wilcher, 4 fouls, has the 14 points. He's back in the game. LJ Cave has his 12. But Norwood can't get their full trap lineup out there, not with the foul trouble they're in.
And the Titans have outscored the Indians 16-1 in this 4th quarter. An astounding comeback. You felt the energy. You felt that it was brewing.
And you'd just love to see Norwood show some energy right now here too. Body language is everything. St. Bernard's playing loose. Norwood is playing tight. Can David beat Goliath?
Kennedy will inbound. Goes to Jair Baston. Kennedy gets it across. Dorian Harrison, he's got space to work. Kicks it out. Wilcher for 3! Off the mark. Rebound fought for. And Havanga did not get it off Dillian Taylor in time.
This is a side note. I've never seen that move not work as much as it hasn't worked for St. Bernard today.
That's got to be the 4th time we've seen it tonight.
.2:19 to play.
Here's Darrell Hearn, gets it into Jeremiah Forey. Hearn, he's got space. He's driving. He's shooting. He can't get it. And the ball is out of bounds. Titans ball. And the Titans defense stands stout again.
Callahan's trying to lean on his senior leadership here. Hearn and Taylor. We've got a freshman out there in this heated moment. That's Jeremiah Forey.
Baston, Kennedy, Swarns gets off the break. He drives, and a foul is called. He'll go to the line. And a chance to make this a 2-possession game.
Looked like it was on Forey. It was. Yep. Just another example of Kennedy using his body to create the space and force the foul on Forey.
Forey, the freshman. It's a crucial foul draw by Lucas Kennedy. As Radke talks over strategy with the 4 players, leaving Lucas Kennedy take this crucial first free throw. He cannot hit it. It's off the iron.
I would remind everyone the last time he was at the line, missed both, got his own rebound, and then scored.
Have to think they're thinking about that now, but all 4 players for the Titans are in the backcourt.
If he gets his own rebound here, I don't know.
Got it! 48-45. Darrell Hearn. The Indians have not scored a field goal in this 4th quarter. Darrell Hearn trying to fix that, and he got it! And a sigh of relief from the Indians fans. It's a 1-point game. Havanga, Dorian Harrison, guarded closely by Justice Cook. Cuts inside. Dorian Harrison, too strong, put back good! Darius Wilcher! Here's Hurd trying to respond. He drives, he shoots, it's off the iron. Wilcher the rebound. Baston gets it, Kennedy now. Cuts inside. Here they come. Kennedy, offensive foul.
Well done there by Darrell Hearn. Give Kennedy a taste of his own medicine there. As look at this awesome putback from Wilcher. We cut the other way. Feet set, Hearn. Kennedy runs all the way through him. And that's Lucas Kennedy out for the night.
This is a huge moment for the Indians as they try to mop up what's become this mess of a game. Down 3, 1:07 to go. Can the Indians finally respond? LJ Cave driving on Havanga. Cave kicks it out. Foree back to Cave. Foree in the corner, guarded closely by Wilcher. And a timeout is called. One timeout left for Norwood with 1 minute to go in regulation.
The experience is showing here. Jeremiah Foree has not been in many spots like this thus far in his high school career. Coach knows it. Probably makes the wise choice to expend one of his timeouts to secure another possession of the basketball. What a game. 3-point lead. 15-point deficit for the Titans that they've overcome here tonight. Have a chance to win on their own floor against the team who's just simply been better than them this season. Norwood 10-5, St. Bernard 4-11.
I gotta call games more often. This is awesome.
10 seconds until we return here. The stakes could not be higher for this Norwood team. Indian College Hill does not look like they're going to drop one game, let alone 3, if Norwood wants a chance at this conference championship.
And again, all of this momentum that Brian Callahan has been building this team into being. And we talked about it before. Last time these two met, went to double overtime. Could we see another cinematic finish like that here? And it's a steal! Derek Kemp pokes it away. Here's Havanga. Baston brings it across. Dorian Harrison, double team, spins, grabs it. Darius Wilcher shoots and can't finish. The freshman Foree with a crucial rebound. He's driving. 25 seconds, ball's out of bounds. Titans ball!
Taylor's down. Back up, kind of took a shoulder to the chest from Havanga fighting for that ball. 21 seconds, one timeout for Norwood. They need a stop quickly.
And the Titans have not been closer.
Hard to tell who that was out on from that replay.
This place ready to explode. Jair Baston swarmed. And a travel! Oh, that's a brutal turnover. And with 18 seconds to go, Norwood has a chance to tie the game.
Can Norwood generate any offense? One field goal made this quarter. They start behind half court.
Titans fans on their feet. Here we go. Darrell Hearn has it. 15 seconds. Hearn for the tie. No! And Baston gets another board. Keenan Darragh lost it, and Norwood gets it back again.
This is ridiculous.
7.5.
Norwood uses the timeout. What is your best out of timeout play? Who is your best shooter you can get this to? Send this game to overtime. Coach is betting it all on one guy.
LJ Cave and Dillian Taylor, both players on the field. They are 23% from the from the three-point line, but that leads the team. This might turn out to be Norwood's Achilles heel, shooting the three the least amount of anyone in the MVC. But now they need a three to perhaps salvage their run in the white division. .5 remaining. Both teams out of timeouts. Here we go. Foree poked away. Harrison's got it. They're not gonna foul. It's over.
done it! The St. Bernard Titans, from 15 points down, have pulled off the impossible comeback.
I cannot believe this.
50-47 is your final score. And the 4 and the 5 and 11 Titans, who enter the fourth quarter down 13, have done the improbable. Darius Wilcher with 14, Dorian Harrison with 12. That just happened. What a game.
Truthfully, what a game. Well-deserved celebration for St. Bernard. Not the best season for them, but certainly one you can look back on. And this will be remembered.
That's going to be all from us here at St. Bernard-Elmwood Place High School. What a game this has been. This is Charlie Gaynor and Josh Baker signing off. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on ICRC-TV. Good night, everybody.